What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, I have received a demo copy early of a title called Deathbound. Unfortunately, it's going to go up like a day late because Enshrouded came out, and I'm super amped about that game, and so nothing's going to stop me from uploading it right when the embargo goes down. But Deathbound is a Soulsy action RPG set in a dark fantasy world. I haven't seen too much about it. I haven't heard too much about it. This is more or less going to be entirely first impressions that I'm showing you here today. We're already off to the races with a really good start. There's no mouse control on this opening menu right here in a PC game, so that's super great. But let's go ahead and dive on in. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. On top of that, if you wanted to hang out live, I'm on Discord and on my Twitch stream. I'm going to try to get back into that stuff very, very shortly. Let's dive on into a new game and see what this one's got on offer, for better or worse.
Death, Lady of Men, Lady of the true faith and of the true path of those who breathe, hear my clamor. Give us thine blessing, give us thine righteousness, give us thine peace at the end of our journey. Only thine word is true, only thine church is the path. Thou art the end, and in being the end, thou art the beginning. O Lady, I beg of thee, give us thine protection today, that we might make thee an offer of 1,000 infidels cut down by our swords. Postpone today our inevitable end, so that our life becomes an instrument of death. By the breath, by the war, by the peace.
Alright, so it's just dropped me on in, apparently with like a pre-built character. I don't know, I got a lady with daggers and stuff. It looks like we can swing around with daggers. Mouse control is working in this portion of the game, but you're definitely going to want to get that done in the menu portion of the game as well. I'm going to take a rough... Yeah, exactly, I was going to say. I'm going to take a rough guess, and it looks like I have to navigate menus using the keyboard with my right hand. So I've got to take my right hand off the mouse to interact with menus. You got to get the mouse control on in there. That's one of those day one things. I'll never for the life of me understand why anybody thinks it's okay to release anything on the PC without PC-centric controls. In Deathbound, you find new characters along the way, and you absorb them into essence. Each essence has independent health and stamina, but if any one of them die, you die. Okay, sounds good. Looks like I've got 3 guys then. So I've got this big dude right here, Agaros of Mariva. And it looks like he has a knockback, it looks like he has a block, a heavy attack, and some other stuff that he can throw down with. So we've got a swing right there, we've got a block. It looks like on the C key we've got like a big smash. It looks like your HP and your stamina are the same thing too, from like the little meter that I'm seeing in the bottom left-hand corner. We've also got Lady with a Fro. Olivia's apparently an elementalist spellcaster. So I can do like a lightning bolt. So I got like a little lightning bolt. Okay. I've got like a fireball. Gotcha. All right, looks good. And it looks like she overheats a little bit too. So it looks like she's got an outer ring that goes up the more she casts. What does that one do right there? Does that transfer over to a different character? Oh, it does. So I can put a fire enchant on with her and then bum rush these dudes right here. Okay. All right. Combat feels pretty good. Doesn't feel that far off. Go ahead and lock on because I got a feeling it'll feel a little bit better while I'm locked on too. Good stuff. All right. We'll keep an eye on it. Looks like we're accumulating XP up in the top right-hand corner as well. Let's head on up whatever. Where are we? What is the theme for this game? Weren't they just fighting in like a medieval battle? Why am I a lady with a knife and a crossbow in what looks like Night City, but there's also like medieval weaponry intensive? I'm vexed as to the atmosphere and/or setting of this game. I'm going to have to investigate further. I don't particularly know if there's any realistic reason for me to be breaking all these crates or if there's going to be anything inside of them. So yeah, in Deathbound, the stamina bar overlaps with the current health bar. All right, let's go on up the stairs, knock this thing on out, and get it moving. What is this thing right here? What you got for me? Oh, it's a level up spot where we can spend our XP. Gotcha. Let's have a look at this progression. Let's see what we've got here. All right, so we've got upgrade items, we've got talents, we've got bind essences. Let's go ahead and level up, and it looks like we've got kind of like a grid over here, and I'm guessing each one of those little blacked out areas is specific to a character because I can see like the wizard's icon down here. Gotcha. Well, I like the rogue lady the best. She feels kind of like the play style that I tend to cultivate in titles like this. So what does she have? We can get more health, standing morph speed, and tolerances. Okay, so tolerances are resistances. Gotcha. I didn't know what tolerances were. We've also got adrenaline over here, which will give us more stamina, more melee damage, and more movement speed. That feels like it'll matter a little bit more. And it looks like we can put things into it like thrice, I guess, just to upgrade things. No, don't cancel the level up. That's fine. You can apply it. Yeah, confirm it. There we go. I had to check real fast. I'm also doing this with left hand, right hand on keyboard, which I'm not entirely used to. Let's go ahead and get moving. I'm getting some pretty significant screen tearing right now. Probably won't come through on the actual video itself, though, because that's a remnant of the graphics card itself. So VSync, we're going to want to check for that inside the options. We can silently approach enemies from behind, and it looks like we can execute them. Okay. It looks like we walk by holding down Alt. All right, sounds okay to me. Get up on him. Execution animation looked pretty good, sufficiently bloody. That's the kind of dark fantasy blood and gore I like to see in titles that I tend to enjoy. We also have a consumable on the ground right here. Let's go ahead and grab that real fast. Looks like we've got a faint crystallized essence, which is on our middle mouse wheel with R on there, okay? Drop down this way, have a little look-see around. Looks like there's a bunch of guys down on the street right there. Let's continue cruising. We've got somebody's little apartment right here. Yeah, we got like flat screen TVs, daggers, and crossbows. There's got to be an explanation. Are we like time traveling? Or did somebody like open a portal? We've got ancient seeds. What do those do? Hold on. So what do ancient seeds do? 300 XP, 30 health. Increase stamina regen by 50% for 60% for all of your essences. Okay, sounds good. Wasn't there another game like this that came out on Epic or something like that where you like shape-shifted and you could capture enemies' bodies, but at the end of the day it was a Souls-like? I feel like I've seen this before. This time you're shape-shifting, but in that other game, as I recall, there was like different bodies you could be in with like different types of knights and stuff. Go ahead and just waste that guy real quick. I don't know if the rest of them are going to wander around or like attempt to see me over here. Can't break those. Figured I'd give it a try, though. Is he gonna, like, turn around? Okay, good. I'm gonna try to gank this guy right here. Gankity. Get gankity. Alright, so we're playing the rogue at the moment. Roguelike strategies are going pretty well. This guy's throwing javelins at me. Okay. Looks like he's got a pretty fragile chin. Honestly, I think the impact on the attacks and the way that they feel is actually fairly tactile. I don't feel any clunkiness or like nastiness in there. You can't animation break, which I think is going to hurt the game long run. So if you don't know what animation breaking is why Dark Souls and why Monster Hunter feels so good. It's when you swing your weapon, there's a certain frame up to the middle of the swing where you can fake out your swing and you can dodge out of it. And that's why those games tend to feel really, really good. In this one, it looks like the animation actually has to fully end before you have an opportunity to dodge, which means it doesn't queue up your inputs, though. I just clicked like 4 times right there. It doesn't queue up your inputs, though. So I think that's actually like reasonably fair. If it queued up your inputs, I'd say let them dodge out of it, but it doesn't. All right, so where are we trying to go? What are we trying to do here? Where's our ultimate location that we're trying to get to? And we do have an item over here. I don't know what sync is either. Bleed stopper. I guess that's fairly explanatory as to what it does. I don't think there's too much confusion about what that item accomplishes. Are these doors interactable? Can I, like, open these? Doesn't look like it. We have going on over here. So we've got, like, a bed. We got, like, a tub full of water. This is, interestingly, not something that can be destroyed. So I'm wondering if there's going to be, like, storyline input or something right there later on in, like, later builds. They did have a pop-up at the beginning of this that said that this is, like, an extreme early alpha, and they're still, like, mashing things out. And so everything's subject to change. But we got a ladder right there. We also have a couple more items down in this area. Let's go ahead and pick up that goodie right there. These tents destructible. Oh, the tents make a metal sound when I hit them. That's the military grade tents right there. All right, let's climb a ladder and see where this takes us. What are we trying to accomplish here? Let's see here. Some items have vestigial power. Okay. What is it? The Merchant's Ring. Gotcha. There's a door right there. All right, we'll check that in just a second. What's up with my ring here? We've got a Mystic bonus plus 15% Morph Strike. I don't know what a Morph Strike is. I'm guessing you can, like... Okay, that's kind of what I figured. They called it a Morph Strike. So it looks like there's actually a transitional window in between shape-shifting between forms where you can throw off an attack and it puts you into like a slow mode or a slow motion kind of bullet time mode almost. What's going on here? What you got for me? Fragrant stones. It's a soap. You got toasters over here, dude. Why do these people have so many apples and pears and potatoes? Just kind of, maybe they belong to the soldiers. Maybe that's what it is. I was kind of like in my head thinking that whoever was renting this apartment just had an absurd amount of pears and apples and potatoes. Like, there's no way they're getting through those in their, like, one-bedroom, one-bath apartment living by themselves before they go bad, dude. You're going to get them squishy taters where they get all squooshinated after a little bit. When you deal damage, all inactive bound essences get healed based on the damage output. Oh, that's kind of badass. So they've kind of got like a Marvel versus XCOM thing. I'm sorry, they've got Marvel versus X-Men, not XCOM. Although, dude, I would play that game. Like, imagine you're a government agency with like alien technology and your entire job is to take down rogue supers, like Omni-Man guys. Honestly, I wouldn't. I'm really sick of superhero stuff, but like, I'd probably look twice. Anyways, it's got a Marvel versus Capcom thing going on, where like the part of your meter that's gone recuperates when you swap fighters. Oh my! Ow, bro! That hurts so much. All right, I'm gonna have to get you back for that one. I'm gonna have to get you back, and we're gonna have to. Oh, I tried to get him with the big doink right there. Doink! Oh wow, you get healed by like a chunk. All right, fair enough. That guy's throwing fart bombs at me right now. Can't say that I'm killer excited about getting fart bombed. Yeah, let's try and dodge through it, I guess. Okay, that back dodge is super annoying. Fair enough. Oof. Luckily, that dodge window seems to be okay. Go ahead and smack him up real quick. But it seems like his little back jump was faster than... I think some characters are just going to be counters to your other characters, and you've got to figure that out for yourself. Did I miss anything in this hallway while I was in the neighborhood? I was kind of focused on that guy that was attacking me, so I'd like to check doors and things. It's a little corridory right now, but maybe they'll let me off the maybe they'll let me off the chain a little bit. Oops, don't want to get poisoned. Maybe they'll let me off the chain a little bit once I get out of this area. What do we have here? Absorb. Oh, is it a new character?
I am Theron of House Guillaumin, and I shall be known as Crusader of Death.
Well, I mean, from a character design perspective, this guy came out of the bleachers swinging. He was like, "I'm literally the Crusader of Death, bro." I'm not a big fan of whatever the hell that hat is. That hat is a little much for me. but I'm gonna guess that he's got like a parry and a block thing going on. His C is like a big cleave. Okay, what's his other stuff do? I don't know. Let's carry on down this way. He's got kind of a weird run cycle. I don't know, dude. He runs like he's carrying a load in his britches right now. Like he definitely looks like he's smuggling some apples and pears. Alright, let's carry this guy up.
I will have your head for this, insolent commoner!
My apologies, young lord, but your father made it very clear. You are to finish your lesson. Now, continue.
The four first deathly high priests, may Our Lady have them in her honor, were Saint Samanthia Hippocrate, Saint Manmin Ome, Saint...
Go on.
Saint Louis...
He cuffed him so hard. Like, bitch, ain't nobody talking about Missouri around here. Smack!
I was to be a lord, with a title and a fief, with vassals beneath me and a liege above.
So is this guy like in his own little adventure realm? Because he seemed kind of dead to me when we found him in that corner.
Lord, it is not the first time that I caught young Tyrone here in the chapel at this hour. You have a very pious son.
Throne, come. Come, I command.
Only Our Lady commands.
Huh. What does that do?
There's nothing to fear, my lord. It is
Oh, it just lets me replay the video one more time. That's fine. Apparently, I was very devout. I was a flagellant, whooping my own ass when nobody else was hitting me. All right, let's carry on down the old craggy precipice. I believe that it wants me to parry. The downside here is that I'm not a parry player in games like this. Like, not at all. I'm a dodge player. And so there is the distinctive likelihood. Oh, it's got a really generous window. Okay, never mind. Maybe I am a parry player. There we go. Shank that fool up. Give him the old, yeah, give him the old shankities. I don't know what this guy's just bum rushing me while I'm fighting another man. I can't help but notice none of you guys have pants on while you're all fighting me right now. Is that like an intimidation method? You just kind of like waddle towards me, clapping the old head in the wind like...
You are completely out of your mind if you imagine I will allow it.
Our Holiness, the Deathly High Priestess, has summoned all the faithful. Stand aside, Father.
These are my men, Throne. I am the Lord.
Our goddess Death is the true lady above all lords, sire. It is the duty of all believers
I gave you no leave to speak.
Oh, with the betrayal.
My liege, but to threaten a holy servant of the church is heresy and treason.
I just want to point out that the models for these guys right here are definitely wearing pants and armor. So we were actually fighting just naked dudes. I don't know if this religion has like Hagogi or like what, but...
To us, not to any worldly power. I make
Okay.
mine an instrument of death.
Let's carry on up the mountain. What do you think the gauge is on that chain right there that he's got like connecting his shoulder pad? It's not anchored to anything either. So technically it like shouldn't work. Like, it should be, like, anchored around the back or in the front somewhere to keep the shoulder pad on. That's a big chain, though, right there, dude. That's one of them Doom Guy chains that he breaks at the beginning of the game in 2016, dude. Uh-huh. So I, like, crucified my own dad.
You accept death.
Son. My son, please. Please. Ah!
Damn, dude, we were, like, kind of hardcore. Who lights their own dad on fire? That's a rough one, man.
Do you accept death?
with all my essence.
Look at that. He even got back at his teacher like 20 years later. He's like, I told you I was going to have that head. Who is this dude?
Do you accept death?
You insolent brat! You bastard son of a whore! Traitor!
Okay, so we just like to light everybody on fire. We're like a religious nut job maniac. Gotcha. This all makes a lot more sense now.
I look forward to my death.
I mean, judging from what I've seen so far, this guy is hard as hell, bro. Like, this is a hard dude right here. That's a pretty hard introduction to a character. I mean, it do kind of look like he's got like a little bit of, you know, he's got like a little bit of lip blush on, like he's got his lip gloss on right there. He's got his lip smackers, but that's all good. I mean, as long as the crusade continues. So it looks like I've got all 4 of my guys now. Oh, and it healed up my rogue. Nice. I still like the way the rogue feels the best. Like, the rogue to me has the best flow of combat and the best feel. Volatile Flask. Is that like the same as a firebomb in Dark Souls? Like, she feels the best to me. Like, she has the best combo. Like, this is great. Don't mess with it. This guy right here, not so sure. He's a little clunky dunky. This lady right here, I haven't even fiddled around with, so maybe I should try that for a second. Let's give her a go, because it's not like I can't swap to a different character if she gets wounded. All right. If I do like a fireball right there. Oh, no. Okay, all right. She got like the long wind up. Okay. It looks like she's got more range than's actually implied. Like if you use the attack. Oops. Ow. I can zap myself? Oh, I overcharged. I wasn't paying attention to my meter. I blasted myself. That's what happened. She's got more range than is implied by the animation, was what I was going to say. Like, it looks like the lightning actively connects to things that are further on down the chain. Which makes her a little bit more interesting and a little bit more useful than I surmised. So she's kind of like our ranged character for when we're dealing with other ranged characters that need to be blasted down a hallway. What's up with upgrading? So we can get items and upgrade that. Oh yeah, it looks like, so we got like circuits and we've got like rune stones. What a weird universe. It looks like they get new abilities too. Each one of these guys looks like they have something on the right. Yeah, it looks like they get talents and perks and things too. Gotcha. Fair enough. When it comes to, wait. Where'd my knight guy go? I guess I deleted my knight guy on accident. I don't remember fiddling with anything, but my knight guy is no longer on any of my keys. So, like, you gonna come up here, dude? Oh, I tried. I tried so hard and got so far. Oh, dude, he holds it for a second. See, this is what I find obnoxious about, like, modern... So, like, Dark Souls was dope, don't get me wrong. But, like, modern Souls-likes, because everybody has, like, perfect muscle memory at this point from playing 1,000 of these games, like, coming out every other day. Every single Souls-like game to me now is defined by, like, characters that hold their animations in weird ways just to, like, bait out the pre-existing muscle memory from other games. It's a thing that I've definitely noticed inside of this genre. I think I'll probably just stick with dodging and play the rogue, since that seems to be the play style that works for me. I definitely seem to be doing the best with her. All right, let's go. I forget what game I was playing recently, where I was playing some Souls-like recently, and every enemy had kind of like these weird, held, contrived, made-up, manufactured, like weirdly held attacks, like on purpose. I was like, everybody in this game swings their weapons so weird and unnatural. Like, you would never hold the attack above your head like that and then flick. It's like one motion with the flick in the middle. Like, it was driving me crazy. I can't remember what game it was now, but I remember distinctively sitting there at one point after playing for a couple hours and being like, every single attack in this game is just entirely made up and has no logic whatsoever. It's all just there to mess with you. Bluegrass, huh? I don't think I can sneak up on these guys, but I gotta get the javelin guy first. Like, he's gotta go. Like, I say we open with Lightning Lady, and we just kind of, like, see how that goes. What's the range look like on this thing? There we go. Dodge her out of the way. She overheats real easy, though. Really? They don't get staggered by the massive 700-ton hammer hitting them in the face? I thought that when I hit both those guys, they would stagger or something, since this guy's like the heavy weapons specialist. I figured he would generate a lot more stagger than everybody else, but I guess not. I will keep that in mind in the near future. Can I light myself on fire? Oh, I can't light myself on. I'm that idiot, dude. Every time I play a video game, I've got 2 important questions, and those questions are, is there fall damage? I need to find something tall and jump off of it. And then 2, if I walk over a campfire, does my character catch on fire or take damage? Those are the 2 questions. Oh, this is not great. So they just kind of crucifying everybody around. Everybody getting crucified. I guess I'll try this way first, but this has the distinctive feel of like an area where like a big gargoyle is going to land that has like a specialized charge attack or something. A ring from the remains. Okay, and that's where I was just a minute ago. So the enemies, they do respawn whenever you interact with one of the little altars. Gotcha. It'd be interesting if each character also had their own methods of forbearance. Like, so if there was like a Metroidvania angle to this game where different characters had different interactions, so this big guy could smash cracked walls with his shoulder and like charge through them. The lightning lady, since we're in like a technologically advanced society, she could charge up capacitors and things that would make doors open. That's kind of like where my brain goes with morphing, sort of shape-shifting gameplay like this, is since we're doing the Soulsy thing, like what's the opportunity we have here also to make level traversal more interesting and diverse based on the characters that you've decided to pick. Like, we know that this guy right here is a crucifying nut job, you know what I mean? So what if he's the only one that can interact with like holy icons in the area and like read them? They're in like a different high gothic language, you know, that nobody can read except for nobility. Stuff like that, I guess. Yeah, while attacking to morph. Morph to the essence with the most stamina available. Oh, and that's what those points are at the bottom of the screen. They cost you. Oh, that's a big dude right there. I don't know about this. That's a big boy right there, though. My man's a chunk machine. I'm about to get whooped. I know it. I'm not good at these kinds of games, dude. All right, so I got the big bonk right there. Oh, dude. Come on. All right. Oh, you can dodge out of your heal, which is kind of nice. I don't know if this is the right character for what I'm attempting to do. Okay, all right, we're staying out of the way for right now. Oh, that was dope, dude. Okay, all right, loved every second of that. Apparently the morph strikes are like a special ability. Oh, I timed it wrong. I don't see a lot of use for the big guy. He's just so slow that he always gets retaliated against. Maybe I'm just playing him improperly, but I feel like the faster characters here are 100% the ones you want to stick with. So like 1 and 4 are the ones that I want to stick with real bad, because they just move a little bit quicker when it comes to like taking hits, retaliating, recovering. Whereas like Big Dog, like I want to like him because he's the heavy armor guy, and I like heavy armor guys, but... Well, that guy staggered. That one actually felt satisfying right there. Okay. Maybe I was just hitting the wrong dudes with this guy, but it does feel like he gets retaliated on like hard. Like you got to have like a very specific window for this guy to fire off one of these bad boys right here. You know what I mean? Like that little golf swing. He Happy Gilmore's him. A Zealot's ring. That's true. I haven't been messing with any of my equipment either. What do we have here? So I've got... Every time you lose health, you get sync. Causing physical damage reduces heat. Oh my, almost got me. Okay. Let me get her out real fast. I feel like she's going to be real good for fighting these guys right here. Because she can do like the little zappy blast. I got to get some stand back. Zappy blast that dude. Very nice. I don't see the health going up like a tremendous amount when you vanquish an enemy, but I do like that idea of the game being kind of vampiric when it comes to like utilizing one character versus not utilizing another. I like the idea that some percentage of their damage gets converted on over into a heal for a character you're not actively using right now. She's got kind of like a, when she runs, she's got kind of a really floaty animation that's got like no weight to it. I'm guessing she's still like a work in progress. I don't know. They said the game is still very much in development at the moment. So like the pop-up said, this is a very, very early alpha just to kind of like give people a taste. And that they're still working on sound effects and animations and everything else. So I'm guessing they just haven't got her dialed in yet when it comes to like the weight of her footsteps and everything else. Essence conflicts and synergies. So essences with opposing ideals in adjacent slots in the party create conflicts indicated by an orange line that connects them, or a synergy if they share ideals. Conflicts will give you unique buffs and debuffs. Synergies give you a unique buff. Manage conflicts and synergies by adjusting your bound essences composition. I was kind of wondering what the blue and what the orange meant. So it's like a grid too. Like you've got to arrange the pieces in such a way that you're getting things out of this. So like what is the conflict that's happening here? So we have way less stamina between the thief and between the knight, but we get a way higher chance at critting. Versus Olivia and Agaros, apparently Agaros just makes it capable that she has a lot more heat in her battery for her magic spells, because he doesn't have heat, right? I was gonna say, like, he doesn't have heat, so he doesn't really need to worry about that. That's really kind of like a Olivia problem. Alright, so far there hasn't been anything hidden in any of these crates. I don't know why. Oh, there's one right there to prove me wrong the second that I say that out loud. Fair enough. Touché, game. Touchy indeed. I do have some XP around, so I'm going to go ahead and use these real quick before I go anywhere else. We'll activate the phylactery. That should heal all of our essences too. And with our level ups over here, is there anything with Agaros that makes him faster? Like, I want him to swing a little bit quicker. If I could just get like 10% more attack speed out of him, I'd like him better. Oh, he's got weight. Well, you can get more staggers, so that would be good. Should also probably focus on like some stamina or something. I don't know who the stamina character is, but... So we can get more health right there. If we go his way, we can get some poise. I wonder if this, like... Do these stats apply to everybody? So, like, right now, I'm going to buy this for Throne. But Agaros has 80 in his top category. So let's grab that. It does. Okay, so what you buy for one character matters for all the characters. Fair enough. I'll take that. Honestly, I'm intrigued. Like, it definitely... So, it's a good thing they had that splash, because, like, I would definitely be picking on this game a little bit if I hadn't been told that this is very early on in development. Because you can tell the game... I was going to pick on it a little bit because the game doesn't stray too far from the source material. You can tell from the animations and the executions and even the blood splashes and things like that this is staying very close to Soul's home base, effectively. But the further we got into the demo, the less boring the game got, which is a good thing. Like, I actually like the morphing system, and I like how you can attack out of those mutations in between characters. I think it's very intriguing that the characters have different personalities and don't like to be or do like to be adjacent with each other based on those personalities. And so now I'm intrigued. On one level, it's a bare-bones basic Souls-like, where you swap characters Marvel versus Capcom style. Some of the characters feel better than others. The Rogue feels the best. I would say the Knight probably feels the second best. The big hammer guy feels kind of eh. And then the caster, she just feels awful. So hopefully she's still getting worked on. But once you get out of the beginning portion of the game where it's a bog standard Dark Souls sort of clone, and you start getting into the things that they're doing differently, I am intrigued. So I'll have to wait and see with this one. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day, so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were fooling around with a brand new demo called Deathbound. Tomorrow we'll be fooling around with something else. Thanks for hanging out with me, and that's about all I got for you. Bye, folks.